Welcome to another edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Serbian farm. Alright, so we have $150,000. That's primarily from unloading the bunkers at the BGA. So let's go check on them. He's still working away there. So he's currently unloading, and we have one bunker being filled up as we speak. And we need to keep doing this because we're at 67% at the fill level of slurry, and I basically use like 60% worth of this bunker, or this fill tank, for fertilization purposes. So I basically need to keep that full now with the extra field. Alright, so let's hop in our combine. Our two fields are ready to go. Our sunflowers are ready to be harvested. So I planted one field as sunflowers, and I planted the other field as... Oh, I'm gonna make it out. It's probably easier if I take the truck out first. Alright, well, let's do that then. Oh, I also picked up a trailer, as you can see, for this header. And I'll show you the trailer I picked up in just one moment. Apparently it wants to move around a little bit there. Alright, so let's just pull this over here. There we go. I'm going to leave that running for the time being. So the trailer we picked up is a mod, as always. It is... Where are we here? Cutter Trailer Cochet. I believe that's how you pronounce that, because this is a French modding team that makes this. So it's from Lux Farm LS. It's a Cutter Trailer Cochet, 12.5 meter length, so it can hold up to 12.5 meters, and this head is 12 meters, so it's just the perfect length for this header. Although that corn header does some funny things, I've discovered, so don't know why the lights are on still. Oh well. Alright, so we are going to go and harvest ourselves some sunflowers. And we also have corn to do too. I probably won't do both on camera because it will take a while to do both of those fields. We need to be careful because this has wither wheels on it. Alright. You don't need to show all these points. No, none. There we go. Apparently it's still going to show me. Alright, so apparently our Ford's in a bad position. Go figure. Alright, so let's back it up a little bit. There we go. That should be good. Alright, let's hook up the trailer. Or hook up the trailer. Hook up the header off of the trailer. There we go. Oh, the trailer is still locked. So the reason why I had to leave it locked because it would slide all over the place. It does some funny things. No, X, not O. There we go. So we're just going to pull this out. Apparently it's still in the way. Ah well, I guess I should have moved the combine first, but oh well. That's fine for now. It's done. So let's turn off the Ford here. And let's get our class started here. This isn't always an awkward area to maneuver with this combine with this head on it, so I'll have to remember for next time to pull it way over on the other side of the field there. So for now I've just left my Crasfort field edge right there for the time being, just because it's just where it's going to be, and if I mess around with where it's placed, I have to play with the course play a little bit, which isn't a huge deal, but just a slight little thing. Alright, so before I forget, let me just pop over to our class Axion 850. I already recorded a small little course for him, so we're just going to sell the sunflowers directly, because we don't have a storage facility here, basically. So this Kurovitz is always in traffic. Never ceases to amaze me. But we need to keep doing the silage just because we need that fertilizer. Alright, so let's start this up. Get inside here. And... oh goodness, that's terrible. So that's why, so when I'm trying to move it like that, that's one of the reasons why it's so bad in terms of maneuverability and whatnot. When you drop this head, it makes it quite annoying, so. Alright, close that. So, we have $154,000 at the moment. So I was thinking about getting the other head for this combine, so we could do something like wheat and soybeans again, because we haven't done soybeans in a while. So that head is $90,000, so that's something I'm considering as well. Haven't picked it up yet, obviously, because we're still using this head. But we do have corn over there, and we have sunflowers here, so it is keeping us busy. In terms of our cows, we have 3 cows ready out of the 10 that we bought. I'm just going to hire a worker here for a second. So we have 3, I think we only have 10 cows. Yeah, so we only have 10 cows, and we have 3 cows ready out of the 10. How crazy is that? So that does make it a little interesting in terms of trying to sell them, and I don't believe there's any great demand coming up for cows anytime soon. Soybeans is on right now, and wheat's coming up in a few days. So we'll see. The other problem we're going to run into is the fact that if we want to do wheat, for example, or barley, we will need a different seeder as well, which is a bit of a pain, but it's one of the other options we have available to us. However, our current planter does do soybeans, which we could use, but we could plant, but we need another header for that, so that's one of the difficulties, I suppose. Sorry, I just got a glass of water there, or a sip of water, I should say. So this episode is probably going to be a lot of harvesting, I imagine. Just getting taking this field down, and maybe a little bit of purchasing. Not sure. I'm still debating on what to purchase, basically. I'm just going to request this driver so he gets out of the way there. I found with that particular tractor, it's a bit odd for some reason, and I don't know why. It's like when I recorded a couple courseplay courses with it just to test it out, it worked really strangely. Like it didn't work well with that trailer. It was really strange, and I don't know why it did that, but it did. Alright, let's lower the header here. Apparently I turned it off and I was trying to lower it. But it did work. It works. It's really nice. I like driving it. But in terms of you know, actually setting up with courseplay, it didn't work out that well for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm just gonna back up here, and then I'm gonna go start this next line here. Just because I'm gonna need to unload soon, and this is I don't want my other tractor to go right into the train tracks there, so I figured this would be an easier way of doing it. There we go. Line that up. Nice. Alright, so start the driver. Have him come over. Pipe's still out. Good. So, it is a bit strange using that particular tractor. It works, mind you, don't get me wrong, but it does act a little funny, and I don't know why. So we're going to see, I'm just going to hire a worker so I can check this out. So he should be coming around. There we go. So let's check out our grain bin. First time using it. Perfect. It does work with sunflowers, as I anticipated. This is good. So this particular grain buggy makes a big difference. Let's just see this over here. Nice. It makes a big difference because we can basically unload the whole combine into one trailer as opposed to multiple tiny trips with the Corey trailer we used to have. So that was the difficulty with that, because it would take multiple trips with the old Ford as well. So glad we upgraded to that gravity wagon. Makes a big difference when we're harvesting our sunflowers, I guess. So that cornfield, we're gonna get a ton of corn from that field. There's no great demand coming up, and we still have 47,000, I think it's 47,000 liters. What is it? 46,000 liters, almost 47,000 liters of corn still in the silo. So we're going to be stacked up with corn like there's no tomorrow. We could, I suppose, put it into chaff, but we have more than enough chaff over at the BGA, so I'm not that worried about it. interestingly enough, when you harvest corn, like the different types of corn, like I'm not an expert when it comes to corn, mind you, but it's interesting because if you're making if you're making chaff or silage out of corn, that's actually a different type of corn, if I remember correctly. There's like a feeder type corn, which is really, really tall, which makes it into silage because then you have lots of stalk. And then if you're making like corn for people, it's actually a shorter stalk with more. I think it's more cobs on it. So it's pretty interesting, actually. And one of the cool things about corn is you can actually get stuff like a double corn head. So, for example, like it'll have one corn cob popping out, and then a second one will start popping out of the same place. And while it may seem good, it's actually not. It's just an interesting fact. It's not good because basically the nutrients are being split between the two corn cobs. So you get basically two crummy corn cobs as opposed to a good one at all. So it's one of the interesting things about that. Alright. So here we are harvesting our sunflowers once again. Let's just do some shopping. So we have a hard worker there for the time being. So let's just see what we have available to us. We can plant with this, I suppose, too. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. We haven't used it in a little while, but it will work to plant wheat, barley, and canola. So we may actually do that. This is all we have. That's what I was going to do. I have... no. So I have this Fent here, and I was talking to the Nor Warrior about the price of this particular tractor. Now, he was saying that $35,000 for this tractor is a little bit underpriced. He mentioned that Fents are kind of like the Ferrari of tractors, so to speak. And I went online to check out how much one of these actually costs. But this particular model is an older model, so to keep that in mind as well. And the price of the tractor will depend on how many hours the tractor has been used. So I did find one online that was in, I think, Germany, and I think the price for the tractor was like $40,000. And I think, if I remember correctly, it had somewhere in the area of like 15,000 hours on it or something ridiculous like that. So if that tractor right there is $35,000, it's probably because there's a ton of hours. Now, it doesn't actually mention that in the information, unfortunately. But I'm just going to stop this driver for the time being, because he's going to get in my way. Alright, let's take a turn around here. So that's one of the interesting facts. So it may be a little slightly underpriced, just depending on how many hours. Like, there's no way it can be brand new because the year of that particular tractor is super old, basically. So it's like, what's the year of it? Let's just check here. Did I go past it already? I think I did. There it is. Does it say here 1993? So at this point, it's like 20 years old. There we go. The sound changed. It's always one of the weird things about that when you're, you know, for example, in this harvester, and that does have an in-cab sound, which is really nice. I've discovered. Because I don't like when I play it by myself and I'm not recording, I don't actually have the sound on, so I don't realize how loud some things are. But when I record, obviously, I have the sound on because it's more enjoyable for you guys and whatnot. So, but sometimes it'll take a while for it to switch over from the out of the cab sound to the in cab sound, which is kind of annoying. So we'll see. I wonder if that Axion. So we're only at 50%, and we've unloaded twice so far. So thus far, this tractor, this particular gravity wagon has been way more efficient than the old one that we had. It was more expensive, mind you, as well, but it makes up for it in how efficient it is. I could, I suppose, save up some money and buy a sugar beet harvester, actually. because there are those sugar beets over there that we could harvest and give to our cows to bring them up to 110% productivity, I guess. Although, I mean our beef cows specifically. Although I don't know if it would make a difference in terms of how fast they produce, how fast they mature. Because basically we have 3. Yes, that's fine. We have 3 cows, and we started, I don't know how long ago now. I'm not sure how many days has elapsed. I'd have to check the file. I don't think there's any way of doing it in-game. But it takes a long time for those things to mature, which is, it makes sense in real life too, right? So in real life, it wouldn't take a day for a cow to mature. So it makes sense, but it is slightly annoying in the sense that if you can do this many harvests, like technically, I don't know how many harvests we've done, like, 4, more than 4 at least. I don't know, let's say 6. So let's assume we've done 6. That's 6 seasons, so that's 6 years basically. And I'm pretty sure a beef cow matures in 6 years. Way earlier than that, actually. Usually it's actually within the first, I believe it is, like 2 or 3 years. It doesn't take that long, so if we're going by the number of harvests, technically would have been there already. So, interestingly enough. I don't know much about beef cattle, to be honest with you. And the reason why I don't know much about beef cattle is because my in-laws don't have a beef cattle farm, and I don't know many beef cattle farmers, unfortunately. I do know one, I guess. One of the guys I did an interview with a while back for one of my websites, we actually talked about silage in that particular interview, but he has a beef cow farm, so I suppose I could ask him some questions and how long it takes to mature and whatnot. But I asked him a while back how much money you'd make from a beef cow if you sold it in real life, and he said on average about $1,500. So technically in this game, what does it run at? $500 is a bit cheap, actually. You probably would get more than that in real life. So around 1,000 at least in real life. Now this is, they do change the prices based on the difficulty level, right? So that's the other thing you need to consider, because it would be pretty easy if it was, if it was $1,500 all the time. But in terms of how long the cows take to mature, I guess that makes sense. So, and there aren't any great demands for cows coming up, or beef cows, so another thing to consider. Is he coming this way? I don't know. Oh, there he goes. Good. So we're at 82%, so we should be able to unload this into that trailer, and he's set up so Courseplay would just automatically sell it, basically because we have nowhere to store it, as I mentioned previously. I don't even think the bunkers we have would actually work, now that I think about it. So do I have any cameras? I don't think I have any cameras. No, that's the back. That's the pipe light. So there we go. So there we're unloading, and you can see it right there. So technically, interestingly, like if that tractor was set up properly, he would be able to see that light, so he knows where to position the tractor actually. So that's the interesting thing about that. And I don't think he has enough space to take all of this. Well, that's a nice graphic, a nice texture, I should say. Yeah, he's full. Alright, let's turn around here. So, if we had, I should take the rest of this out first. If we had the other header on, I'd be able to see on both edges of the field, of the header, I should say, but because we have the corn header on, it doesn't have the cameras on it, so. But in real life, you do actually have cameras like this, and you'll be able to see things around your farm, so. I'm just going to hire a worker quickly and just check on this guy to make sure he does do what he's supposed to do. So this thing holds 23,900 liters, which is quite a bit. Got a bit of a speed wobble going on there. Probably shouldn't drive this fast. Let's see how he works. Now he should be going on based on how I recorded it, and I don't think I was driving that fast the whole time, but whatever. Alright, so he goes in this lane, he should drive around here. Perfect, he doesn't hit anything there. And theoretically, if everything's okay, he should just drop it off here. Let's see if he does it. And there he goes, perfect. I love that graphic, how that just fills up like that, because that's what would happen in real life, right? Anyways. Apparently our combine won't show my little light on, or my little camera on the end of my combine right now because the arm's not out. I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's back this up. Turn this on. There we go, we're at 31%. I don't know what our class is set at. I want to say it's like 50%, so we should be okay until he comes back around. I don't know why the sound doesn't change properly. That's really annoying, especially when you're playing in the cab like this. But oh well. If you haven't checked out, you should check out Stocko Claws and Dirt Tevers. By the time you see this, the live stream will be done, but or will have finished, I should say. But they're doing a live stream today, and I'm just recording this video when I have a bit of a break in the harvest and whatnot in the game. Just trying to get some things done, record a video, and while I have a bit of downtime, I've been watching the live stream. So far, it's been pretty entertaining, actually. I wasn't sure what the live stream was going to hold, but so far it's been pretty good. No big derps yet or anything, so I don't know where that class is. I bet you he's stuck. That's my guess. I don't know where. I will finish this up first. We'll see what happens. So yeah, they're doing a live stream today for Hunger, which is pretty cool. Pretty awesome that they can utilize their YouTube fans to do something that cool. I don't know if many people on YouTube have done something like that, but I think it's awesome that they are doing that. Oh no, he's coming. We'll stop him then. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they are doing something like that, and you know, really helping people out, which is really cool. So, oh, there it is. I don't know what that is. Is that the back? What is that? That's the back or the front? I don't know. There's the pipe. Alright, anyways. So, oh, we have $208,000. So, like I said, I was thinking about picking up I was considering a bigger tractor, was what I was considering. Another big tractor. Maybe another John Deere, but I don't want to get too many of the same, because I already have 2 Fence, which is not what I really wanted to do. So maybe we could replace one of the Fence with something. But I think what we might do instead is we might get that, gets that sugar beet harvester, and then harvest some sugar beets, and then we can give that to our cows. And to our pigs if we decide to go into pigs as well. So we'll see about that. And what I'll do is I'll stop the harvester right by the front gates there, and I'll refill it because it's getting low in fuel. I don't know where our class is. It's way over there, it looks like. So alright. One of the nice things about doing your driving yourself is actually you can kind of use the header a lot more efficiently than if you hire a worker. Because as I've mentioned before, the hired worker does miss a chunk of it, so which is not good. Alright, we're at 86%. What I'll do is I'll hop in the gas truck, and sounds like a class is coming by. Yeah, so I'll stop right here. Lift the head, and there's our class. Perfect timing. Alright, so here are the tire tracks that the class makes. Don't those look realistic? Or not that one at least, but these other ones look more realistic than the other one that the Garant trailer makes. It looks like scrape marks more than anything else on the Garant trailer, so that's why I didn't like it. But I don't mind the ones from the class, so. Alright, so let's hop in our gas truck here and get the fuel tank on the back. There we go. And that Claas is going to run into a tree right there. Oh no, maybe he made it. Alright. A little bit further. There we go. So let's go fill up our combine. This is going to take a little while, I think. Apparently I left the beacon on. Alright, now this should be close enough. Yes, it is. Just turn the beacon off. Let that fill up. It's going to take a little while. It's a pretty big tank. I think it has over 1,000 liters, so. And I realized on this map, we do use, I think it's a modifier on the map, because it uses a lot of fuel. I think this is the most fuel I've ever gone through. Like, normally when you play a game, play Farming Simulator, you don't need to refuel your tractors very often, unless you're doing a lot of driving. But in this case, is he really going to drop this off? Oh no, he's just going back to here. Might as well drop it off while we're waiting. Apparently I got a little bit of sunflowers right there. But we do use quite a bit of fuel. Like, look at this Claas, I just bought it, and we're down to 396 liters of fuel already, which is pretty crazy. But it does make sense to a certain degree. I think I might have to slow him down a little bit. Jeez. I don't know. I guess he's alright for the time being. But I don't know why he's doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to slow him down, because he's doing some funny things there. And let's make his street speed. Oh, that's why. Ah, I remember. So because we have the ES limiter version not supported, so that's why I can't adjust his speed at all. That's why I can't do anything about that. That's why he acts so funny on course play. Gotcha. So I'll have to remember that. But it does have the limiter over here. Can I adjust it? Well, I can adjust it myself. So I can adjust it manually, but Courseplay can't adjust it, so. I'll leave it at 25, 26 kilometers an hour, because that's a bit more realistic than the 50 clicks. Because you would never drive 50 kilometers an hour with a trailer full of grain. Alright, let's hop back in our combine here. And he's full. Good. Now let's take the... I always call this the gas truck, but I think I'll have to double check now. I'm just going to leave the fuel truck here. I'm kind of curious. I need to check out what the name actually is. Yeah, it is Gas 53. And something in Russian that I can't pronounce. Alright, let's hop back in the combine, lower the head. See how, I don't know if you noticed that or not, but see how it tips it back a little bit? That's why it maneuvers so strangely. Turn that off. What else do we have in here? That must be something else that I don't notice, and that's for straw. I don't think that's a light, maybe. Yeah, it's all in German. Not very helpful, unfortunately. Oops, totally missing some there. Wasn't paying attention. Whoopsie. That's the one problem when you do harvest yourself. You tend to, if you're not paying attention like I was there, or I wasn't, I should say, you can miss it a little bit. Which does make it embarrassing when you have to go back. Actually, if you were combining in real life, you probably wouldn't go back. You probably, if it was a little tiny bit, you would just miss it and keep going, because it's actually, usually it's more expensive to go back and drive a combine around the field, because they do use quite a bit of fuel up. So, all right. Apparently, the head is not allowing me to position it properly, so let's just raise it and then position. There we go. That's better. The one downfall of this head, it doesn't play nicely with hills. So as long as the field is nice and flat, you're good. But if it's not flat, like this field, you do run into a few little problems. So $229,000. So that must be our sunflowers being sold in combination with our front loader unloading that bunker. Let's check on him. Let's just hire a worker here. And that's why you check on the front loader every now and then. Like, he's pretty good for the most part, but every now and then he'll do something like that, and then you need to just reset him. Usually that happens when you reset a course, or reset a course in course play sometimes, or if you save the game, it'll do that sometimes as well. There we go. Let's hop back in the combine. Good. So, $229,000. I think, for sure, I'm going to pick up the other header now. No sales on stuff I actually need. Not a front loader, harvester. So we need the... So this is as big as a bigger head you can get. An 8-row harvester head, which is kind of small, unfortunately. Alright, so... Oh, and I did pick up this John Deere, but I never actually tried it out. It's 300,000 and it has a big head that I have no idea how wide it is. 64, so that's a 40-foot head then, probably. Because John Deere, if it's a 635, it's 35 feet, so this is a 40-foot head, I guess. So this header, I believe, is actually bigger than the Kloss head. But either way, if I were to get that, I have to buy a whole new combine, and I don't want to do that. No thanks. What else do we have available to us? 300. I could use... I don't know if this combine would work with... I don't know if this combine would work with... Or that... With the corn header we have right now. I don't know. Maybe. I'll think about that, actually. Perfect. Let's stop the driver. And we'll just turn this guy around. Because everything you need to be careful about is that train that will hit you and it will take you out. It's happened. There it is right there. So I almost got dinged by it without paying attention. Is that good? There we go. Hire a worker there. Start the driver. Let's go back to shopping. So, I'm kind of second guessing myself. Maybe I'll buy that for the other grains, but I'll have to check it out off. I'll check it out off camera just to see if it works well or not. So maybe I'll hold off on the header for the time being. Just because. Maybe I'll just buy that combine and keep this one just for with the corn head and that one for the other grains. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, that gravity wagon's working so well. It's crazy good. In comparison to the previous one, that is fantastic. Of course, you probably would never have a tractor drive through the crop, but this is, you know, this is realistic as I can get at doing it all myself, I suppose. Without jumping out all the time and jumping back in, but that's what you get sometimes. Alright. Perfect. Let's check on our cows. I think they're okay for the time being, yeah. We do need to take care of the manure, though. I don't know if you can sell manure. Does it say in the information here if you can sell manure? I don't remember. Selling point for hay straw manure. A selling point, so you can sell hay straw manure there. Interesting. I don't know if... I'll have to look into that, actually. Alright. Let's just finish off this this pass, and then I'll turn him around. This is good. So I think this is the first episode, actually, that I've had like a full-on... This has been like primarily a harvest episode, nothing else. Our animals are all doing well for the time being, and I took care of them off camera, I guess is what it boils down to. Which is fine, I guess. And this is going to be the, I guess this is the only, really, I guess this really is the only harvesting, but I've only done harvesting in, I think. Well, I guess we did some other things. We did a little bit of shopping, too. Alright, so I'm going to stop him, turn him around, and set him on in this direction. Because that hill over there is going to wreak havoc on this corn head. Alright. There we go. Is he going to miss any? No, it should be fine. Oh, he's awesome. Better set that up a little bit better. It's always a disadvantage. There we go. I think that's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that hill is just a... I don't know. I haven't found... most of the time when I use this combine, or use this corn header, it always gives me problems on hills. And for some reason, I always end up using it on hills, and I don't know why. So that's the other reason why I might want to switch over to the to wheat and barley and canola on this particular, and soybeans on this field. Because it would allow me to not use the corn head on this hill here. Which always gives me problems, basically, so... Excellent. Ah, how are you missing that? Come on. This is what I get for hiring a worker and talking instead of driving. Oh well. There we go. So eventually I say this, we will need to get a trailer to pull to get our cows to the sell point. And I do have one that I can use that I modded myself, which goes in the back of a semi, which is good. But we only have 3 cows that are ready, so I don't think it's really worth buying a $60,000 trailer for 3 cows that holds 100 cows. So I don't know. I really got to double check to see how long it takes for those things to mature fully, because that's a long time. Whoa, doing the electric slide there apparently. Alright, so let's set them on this way now. There's actually a mod you can get called, I think it's called Auto Combine, and apparently it'll automatically it'll find the edges of your field, and it will go around and just check to see where things are, and it'll do it all itself. So it's kind of like Courseplay, kind of, but it'll just go around and around the field. So instead of going up and down the field like Courseplay will do, it'll actually just go in circles, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of odd, but it works, I suppose. Alright. Perfect. So I think the next order of business on the farm is going to be... I think we might need to buy some more cows, is one. So more beef cows I'm referring to. But they will take a long time to mature. So really what I should have done is bought a whole bunch right at the start, but we didn't have the money for it. I just had no idea it was going to take this long for those cows to mature. So I thought, you know, maybe 4 or 5 episodes maybe, but not like 15, 16. So oh well. That's the way it goes, I suppose. So what else? So I'm gonna test this particular combine out off camera just to see, and if it functions properly, I will probably buy it maybe next episode or something. And we could do actually right now. We have enough money for that. We could just go ahead and buy the Homer Terrados, which looks like it has a topper with it. So it's a bit cheaper than the harvester for sugar beets. Is he gonna be fine now? Do I have to babysit him still? I think he'll be fine for the time being. So I'll let him do his thing, and what I'll do is I'll pop over, not to here, and let's take a quick look at this. I think that holds 19,000 liters. It's only for harvesting sugar beets. But it would allow me to give my cows some sugar beets. I don't know, 205,000 for that. I know I'm not going to make that much money off those sugar beets. I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyways, what we'll do is I'll stop the episode there because I've been blabbing on about this and that. So next episode, what we'll try and do is we'll decide whether to buy that new combine or whether to get the Homer sugar beet harvester. All right, so my name's Ian Robson. We're playing Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on the Serbian farm. I almost said the newbie farm there for a second. I don't know why. Anyways, so I'll catch you guys later.